What's going on, y'all? This is your main man, Dirty Folks, and I did a show yesterday. Um, I don't know why the Dirty Folks thing didn't pop up. But anyway, I did a show yesterday called "Two Married, Two Single." Um, and I streamed it on my channel the best I could. Between my streaming service going down, just to give a background, the two married guys married their high school sweethearts. So if you're not married, you can't. I'm skipping a lot of that about the relationship part because the question was if black women should divest. Um, and of course they said no because they're married and they've been in a relationship with the same women since sophomore year of high school. So I'm ignoring that part. The part that I really want to explore is how the average middle class, especially married black man, sees his sovereignty, right? This is how he sees his sovereignty. He sees it from an auspice of not being a man, right? Because black is for women, gays, and felons. So they see it from an auspice of not being able to be a man. I'm gonna skip a lot of things. I'm just gonna bring out these 2 points. This is a quick recap. I'm not trying to have a whole joint today. That's why I didn't promote this show. But um, let's check out what they say, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna comment on it. Hold on.
Built an area that serves our people. If you want to just talk about our demographic, just black people, tawny men, whatever you want to call us, we have not established that. And so our women, black women, tawny women, foundational black American women are more dependent on non-black people, particularly non-black men, than any other demographic of women, right? White women depend more on white men than they depend on anybody else.
Here's the irony of that.
Hold on, let me rock. Asian women, whichever demographic you want to go to, whether you're talking Indian, Chinese, Japanese, Asian women depend more on Asian men than they depend on anybody that's not Asian, right? Every other demographic of women depend more on their own men for sustenance, basic sustainability, than non-black women have been able to do, right?
Okay, so basically what he's saying is men need to step up. Just same thing that black women say all the time. Um, okay, fine. Let's fast forward past this. I want to bring something to the forefront now. Same gentleman, same podcast, same issue, same topics, right? Um, and but the whole thing is now we're talking about the meat and potatoes, right? One of the guys said that when that black men are restricted from doing the things that other cultures do by other black men, which I totally agree with. Nobody polices black men and try to keep you down more than boomers, black women, and simp enforcers, to use Mr. Palmer's term. I call them Tyler apologists. But yeah, because the whole thing is they matriarchy is slavery. So to try to get out the matriarchy, they treat you like an escaped slave. So same podcast, same thing. Let's go. I'm gonna show y'all something else. Hold on.
Either a pastor or a lesbian single mother. I don't know how she a lesbian and a single mother, but they find a lesbian college educated single mother or a black pastor who depend on gays and single mothers for a congregation, and then they prop them up as the brand ambassador and tell you this is what the colors want. And I'm cool with how the CIA play their game. I'm cool with it. I recognize it. Cool. What I'm saying is civil rights and feminism is the same thing, so it's all the same game. I don't necessarily think that it was an L. As far as men lost because they lost their girls, because I never thought these chicks would take our girls. Ever. Since Pocahontas sold out, I never thought these chicks was our girls. They the spoils of war. Men think they say girls, that's why they pillow talk and let the girls set them up. This is a man issue.
Oh, you tripping.
I'm not tripping. Y'all think these all girls? Y'all crazy as shit. Yeah, y'all partner. I mean, I can know see the enemy. I still sleep with the enemy. I don't have a problem with it.
Every other woman is serving their man. Why ain't ours serving us?
I don't think they are. They're not. This is
when
what
I go to these nail shops. Well, when I ain't been in one in a long time, but in these nail shops,
hold on, man. We haven't gotten to the point that I want to get to yet, but this is an interesting point too. I didn't mean to start it this early. It's probably a minute out, but I need y'all to understand that too. That blacks always compare themselves to whites, especially when it comes to women, because black men follow black women that follow white women, so they always see white women as some type of Geiger. But come on, man, Keisha acts just like him. So I want y'all to pay attention to this, but but we're not there yet. So let's go back to it, and I'll let y'all know what the real moral of the story is. But this is good dialogue, so I'm gonna let it continue.
Those women are working for their husbands, right or wrong.
I do that. Now here's the thing.
That's what I'm saying.
But those are often. Here's the funny thing about that. Black people only see shit in black and white. So black girl Keisha is just as dysfunctional as Karen, really. They all dysfunctional. Chung Lee them, they on code. Ming Lee, they on code. But nobody pays attention to Chung Lee and Ming Lee. They pay attention to Karen. Karen is just as dysfunctional.
That's why China win it over white people. And you talk about America ain't losing, China beating their ass right now. China owns this shit.
Yeah.
We just don't see the Chinese flag raised yet.
So we gotta hope
America losing their ass right now.
We gotta hope they nicer to us than white people was.
I don't think white people are bad. Here's the thing.
Or at least as nice as white people, because if they decide to be meaner to us than white people,
they are gonna be meaner. They'll tell you.
See, okay. I'm still not there yet, but we're getting closer to it. You see how people have already taken themselves as losers. You see how blacks equal victim. How now they're waiting for another nation to take us over from the outside but they're afraid to just be emancipated from the inside and just realize you lost the fight. You lost. And wherever you go, that's what you are. Whoever won, that's what you are. If Detroit is popping because of Motown, you're going to move to Detroit. If New York popping because of rap, you're going to move to New York. If Atlanta popping because, Atlanta used to be popping really because of Freaknik and low cost of living, but everybody moved to Atlanta. And then you call yourself an AT alien, even though you're from Chicago, Detroit, New York, or wherever. They won the culture war. Europe won the conquest war. So when in Rome, do as Rome. When in America, do as America. What colors don't want to be as American, even though they follow everything American. They complain about the American culture, the American system. They call it a system of racism, systemic racism, which is absolutely true. But then they also talk about other racist systems. The Asians have Chinatown. The Greeks have Greektown. So everybody has a system for their race, except the colors. But they envy other people's system, but they're afraid to get their own because they're afraid of their tolerance. But I'm still not quite where I'm trying to go yet. But I know it's coming up because I put the notation on my paper, but apparently I put the wrong minute down. So I'm gonna get to the point. Give me one sec.
Wait till we do the social credit.
So then you go back to that ninth area of people activity, which is war. We are not ready.
Okay, that's fine. Now, you know why we're not ready? I talk to these young boys. I listen to these young boys who do these protest parades, whatever they call them, rallies, I don't know what they call them, these protest parades. And all these boys is androgynous. It's like the 1970s all over again. Like, yo, check this out, young man, this is what you gotta do, whoa, whoa. No, because the women said, and they damn near girls too. So the war is lost. That's why I just tell these to strive up and let's move around. The war is lost. The war been lost for about 12 years now. The same way China owned America and they ain't said it yet. These motherfucking toddlers have waged war against the colors and won. They are all the way integrated Americans. They just don't want to admit it.
You say the toddlers have waged war against the boys?
Yeah, they won.
That's because your enemy is giving them fuel.
No, that's because my enemy can't give my allies fuel, nigga. It can't happen. They ain't never my allies.
Right. I'm talking about the same people. I'm talking about the same people that turned your women into feminists, the same people that convinced your women that abortion was a good option, These are the same people that you're talking about who are fueling your toddlers, so-called toddlers, to turn your boys into whatever you're not.
But here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying.
You're right, or am I wrong?
You're right, but you're incomplete because they did the same thing to Karen. That's why they had Madonna coming out talking about "Pop It on Preach." I remember that song.
I agree with that.
I'm 15, I'm gonna be pregnant, and you can't say shit. White girls are just as disrespectful toward their patriarchs as black girls are. That's why I don't see why black girls always compare themselves to white girls. Now I'm making a white. That's why I just keep it on toddlers. All toddlers gonna toddlers. You know what I'm saying? Right? All I'm saying is it's always a man problem. This man's fault, this man's fix. And if this man's fixing, it don't matter what the fuck these toddlers doing. They're gonna get down and lay down. Either we gonna fuck or I'm gonna fuck. I don't give a fuck which way it goes. But I know that my will shall be done.
I don't agree that it's our fault, but I do agree that it's our fix. It's our responsibility.
No, it's not. I don't think we need to fix it. It's unfixable. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. You cannot.
We're gonna die then.
It's not. You're not gonna die. You just rebrand or redo. You just create your own.
You're not rebranding.
No, what I'm saying is.
Did y'all hear that? Let me repeat that. Let me go right back to it because it's easy to mix.
Fail. Like that's what I'm talking about. No, I'm telling you, black men don't have to fix the shit that's fucked up.
Do you know why? Look, do you know why?
Hold on.
Why? All I'm saying is it's always a man problem. This man's fault, this man's fix. And if this man's fixing, it don't matter what the fuck these toddlers doing. They're gonna get down and lay down. Either we gonna fuck or I'm gonna fuck. I don't give a fuck which way it goes. But I know that my will shall be done.
I don't agree that it's our fault, but I do agree that it's our fix. It's our responsibility.
No, it's not. I don't think we need to fix it. It's unfixable. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. You cannot.
We're gonna die then.
It's not. You're not gonna die. You just rebrand or redo. You just create your own.
You're not rebranding.
No, what I'm saying is rebrand, meaning create your own brand.
And you'll get bleached out.
I need y'all to understand what you just heard. They said if black men try to find some type of autonomy, they'll get bleached out. Now we've already established that this is a country of conquest. I mean, a country of not conquest, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I forgot the word, but anyway, they take things over. Everybody has an opportunity to rebrand in America. Whites get to rebrand the Jews. You get religious exemptions. You get to be Amish. You get to be Moorish. You get to be whatever you want to be. This is America. Every piece of land is for sale. They sell cities. They sell small towns, even though they only got like 3 houses on it in an old saloon. But they sell ghost towns. There's no reason that you can't rebrand and turn to something else. If white people could be $5 Indians and they could be Jews, if all of a sudden the same people can be Amish or be Mormon, there's a million ways to rebrand. But if you tell, I need y'all to understand that y'all started this whole thing talking about how every other ethnic group has their own women that support their journey. That's how this whole thing started. Talking about how other ethnic groups have women who support their journey. And they do it based on either religious or ethnic backing. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you can do it. Is they either have to believe in your program and think they're some type of Hebrew, Israelite, or whatever the case may be, or they have to believe that they are part of something bigger. And this is not even about the toddlers. This is about men. This is about, if you want to talk toddlers, this is when you start talking about how every other ethnic group has women that work for them. To be perfectly honest, that's no different than talking about hire your secretary and learning how to have your girl work for you to save you money, make you money, and save you time. That's not hard to do. It's just something that's just not taught with Tony men because they're raised by women, and the last thing women want to do is have to submit to a man. Everybody else does it. Black women not so much because they move like Karens. They'd rather be naked in the street with a bullhorn saying, man, I want all the entitlements of men without the work, before they're just following instructions. But they follow instructions for the employer all the time. So I teach you guys how to be the employer of your relationship. But to say that, man, you'll get etched out of existence for simply being a man in a time in which you can't tell me that black culture runs America and then say that black men can't create their own culture and own their own culture. That makes no sense. So all I want to say to that is this, man. My recap of the whole thing is tribe up. Everybody's not going to agree with you. But girls will fuck the logo and men will ride with the winners. If you build it, people will come. If you rebuild it, people just going to keep fucking it up because they're going to think, man, somebody going to come and clean up their mess. Build. Rebrand. Restart. Build. Let Rome burn. Come on home. We'll build our own Constantine. Start our own new empire somewhere else. Anyway, man, that's my recap on that, man. I'm sorry I ain't have a cue right, so it was longer than it was supposed to be, but as always, man, love each other as you love yourself.